This is the Free Zone Communiqué, transmitting from Virginia's unoccupied sector. If you think smart cities, DEI, censorship, government intrusion, bug paste, and other left-wing nonsense are no longer a possibility, think again. We've won one election with slim majorities. Our work to rebuild a free and sane America has just begun.
If you could break that down more specifically for us and the thinking behind that.
I'm going to rock your world because you never expected what I'm about to say. The pathway to becoming you, the best you, and therefore the best world, and to intersect and interact with other worlds is the following. Learn to love dog poop. Okay, you did it. You gave my response that I wanted. Learn to love dog poop. Barry Shore, I love you. What the heck are you talking about?
I think Barry's gone off the deep end, folks. We might have to.
Yes, this is the. If you only listen up to here and just came in now and you heard this, you say, "Oh my gosh, I love it," or you say something else. Learn to love dog poop. Let me tell you what dog poop stands for. It is a fantastic, life enhancing, life changing acronym. It stands for doing of good, power of one person. Woo! Everybody can think of at least one or two or three people that they've heard of in history that changed the world. The Gandhi, the Mother Teresa, the Mandela. It's on and on and on. In sports, in education, in finance, everything. There's somebody. Well, here's the great secret. You have the same chemical makeup, the same 39 trillion cells, the same organism. You make the world a better place. Power of one person. I'll prove it to you. It's a great exercise. Matt, you ever go for a walk?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say you're walking with a friend for the moment. And as you're walking along the streets of wherever you live, it's ubiquitous. There's dog poop everywhere. Sometimes people forget to pick it up. Whatever. So the next time you're out with a friend or by yourself, but better with a friend, and you see somebody picking up dog poop or you see dog poop, I want you to stand still, start laughing out loud. If you're alone, you say, I love dog poop. And if you're with somebody that you like, a friend, you're going to look at them and say, I love dog poop. And they're going to say, what the heck are you talking about? Let me tell you what dog poop stands for. Doing of good, power of one person. Now you have the ability to speak to those outside the church, to
Right.
be a conduit, to open up that channel of goodness, because you're going to say, you know something? Hold your hand. As you as one person, your energy, when it goes out to the world, cannot be stopped. You can shift the energy of the planet by yourself. However, what happens if you reach out to your right and you reach out to your left with another person? You're touching now two people. Two become four, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. 66. We can create a tsunami of goodness always. And that energy cannot be stopped. There is nothing physical in this world that can stop the power and the energy of good. Yes, it exists in the negative also. You don't have to discuss that. We're talking about what we do. Tsunami of goodness. And to keep sharing that. Now, share is a wonderful acronym. It stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. And you do it with dog poop. Every time I say it, you're smiling, you're laughing because you say, Barry, I can't wait to tell this to somebody. walking down the street, and you'll experience a shift in the energy of the planet, Matt. You hear this? The energy of the planet. Just as those unique individuals, you have a name, you're created by the same good God. You hear me? They're no different.
Yeah,
But they have maybe a little different. They were able to articulate and work with their mission. They defined their mission and they focused on it and they gave it their all because they were dog poop lovers.
that I that follows perfectly with the corollary to every person is a world. If you diminish a person, you diminish the world. We are all inextricably connected. We don't always feel it. We don't always realize it. We don't always appreciate it. And the only way to improve our lot in life is to improve that relationship, that tangle of vines that we are. You know, we think of right and left. You know, right and left, but we live on a sphere. That's the same direction. It doesn't matter where you're pointing. You live on a big ball. You know, what we need to do is focus on what we can do for us, with us, for ourselves, and then allow other people to enjoy that and hopefully see the value of that. How am I doing?
I will only urge you to, for the moment, push aside the word hopefully. Hope stands for, by the way, helping others progress every day. It's not a hope, it's a reality. It's as sure as we are physically here, and I can pinch myself and pinch myself hard enough to say, ouch. When you do what you do and you love dog poop, it must happen. It's the law. I want to go back to something I said a while ago. We all experience four ages in life: chronological, metabolic, mental, and the SOW. So I'm 76 chronologically, 48 metabolically, because now I swim 2 miles a day after being a quadriplegic. Hello. I learned how to swim. I swim 2 miles a day, 6 days a week. Mental acuity, 28 most of the time. And SOW, which stands for sense of wonder. I'm an 8-year old, and you want to keep it between 6 and 9. Below 6, okay, it's still big forming. After 9, you got double digits, and the school system squashes you. Between 6 and 9, the world is, wow, look at that. What's that? How come that happens? What is this all about? Blah, 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 blah. Continuously, frenetic pace of input, output, touching, feeling, wanting to know. What's your sense of wonder?
Right.
If you're a 7, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, yay! And you can keep it there for the rest of your life.
The more of that you maintain, and again, uh, I guess with ingratitude or my lack of gratitude occasionally comes cynicism.
That's right.
When you have that sense of wonder, you maintain your level of curiosity, that desire to see more, and that which you can't understand, you just sit and marvel at. Isn't that awesome? You know?
You know what they say about, and it's a good line actually. What is the definition of somebody who's old and has nothing to do chronologically? Definition of somebody who's old, someone who has lost their marvels.
I mean,
Don't lose your marvels, which, by the way, brings us to what you want to discuss, which is mission. So I am blessed, and it has to do with because I was quadriplegic, paralyzed overnight. Prior to being paralyzed, I, let me see, well, I became paralyzed in 55 and the year 2004. So in the 4 years prior to that, what we call Internet 1.0. It was a wild time in the world. Things are happening all over the place. We're
Yeah.
now in 2.0, maybe even 3.0 with AI and all kinds of stuff. It was just a wondrous time. So suffice it to say, I was privileged. I was a successful entrepreneur and many other things also. However, in the years 1999, 2000, and 2001, I built two companies on the internet. I had three issued patents. I sold both of those companies to public companies. So I had built companies, changed a lot of people's way of doing business, made a lot of money, had some fame in my own little world, and now a few years later, laying in bed completely paralyzed. So money, fame, that kind of stuff, big deal. If you can't move, who cares? And now I'm asking the question, okay, dear Lord, what am I supposed to do? I can't move. I didn't know what I was going to move. If you're watching, you see me moving my arms, say, wow, look at that. He's all cured. I can't get up from this chair. I'm still basically paralyzed from the waist down. I walk with a 7-foot walking one, so I'm a tripod, not a biped. All beside the point. My mission became something remarkable. Here's my mission. May I share it, Matt?
Yes.
My mission is to give $1 billion to charity without costing any giver a penny. Uh-oh, that sounds like dog poop. How do you do that, Barry Shore? How can people give money? Doesn't cost a penny. I'm going to give $1 billion. Come on. Delusional, yes, in the most positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant way. And we do it in such a fabulous way. So I'll explain it in very simple terms. As I said, I was a serial entrepreneur. I've worked with a lot of businesses, done a number of different things. And essentially, what happened is I came up with this great idea. I mentioned to a friend of mine, and together we went to a company called Visa. VIZ, everybody knows Visa, right? One of the biggest companies in the world, multi-trillion dollar company handling all kinds of transactions, da 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 da. Fine. So they have a small division, multi-billion dollar division that's supposed to be involved with philanthropy. So we made a proposition to them because I had been involved with raising money for schools and charities for more than 35 years. And I did it in different ways. Again, not costing people any money. How do you give money without cost? Well, here's how. Imagine I have $100 bill in my hand, Matt. I say, Matt, would you be willing to buy that $100 bill for $100? And other than the fact you say, what's the catch? Yes, of course. Okay. Here's $100. You give me 100, I gave you 100. At the time that happened, $3 goes to the charity of your choice. Wow. Well, how do you do that? So we went to Visa and said, Visa, we'd like to sell. You have something called a $100 prepaid Visa card. You can buy them in store gift cards and racks and things like that. You can buy them physically. And they have them electronically also. Duh, it's the electronic age, right?
Right.
So we went to Visa saying, here's what we want to do. We want you to offer that $100 Visa card for $100, delivered electronically, and $3 goes to the charity of the choice of the person who bought the card. And they said, Took 2.5 years. They finally said yes. Now you might say, why would they do that? Well, here's why. If you bought the card, physical card in a store, gift card, they charge you $104, $105. Why? Well, first of all, using your credit card to buy it, that's $3 right there, 3%.
Yeah.
And they want to make a little bit of money, which they're going to share with the grocery store. And now they're going to make money when you use it because it's a Visa card. There's fees.
Right.
So we said, forget all that. Deliver the card electronically, no cost. And the fee, the $3 fee that you normally would have made from transaction, give that to charity. You're not going to lose because when people use the card now, you'll make money. And they said, after 2.5 years, okay. Wow.
Two and a
So
half
we
years.
built and created the Everywhere card. So you can go, I want people to go, if you're going to put up a URL or something, the best place to visit us is a site called giveatnocost.com. Giveatnocost.com. What a great name, right? Giveatnocost.com. And just sign up, send us an
All right.
email. We'll let you know when we launch and such.
It'll
Essentially, what
be
happens.
with the links below the video line. I'll make
Yes.
sure it's on.
So and that's the beauty for Matt. So the beauty here, again, the mission. The mission is to give $1 billion without costing anybody a penny. How do we do that? Okay, I'm going to sign up. I want to support such and such school, church, alumni association. I want to, wherever you went to college, we're going to be allowing colleges to do this to raise money for alumni associations, for the football team, the marching band, volunteer fire departments, everybody. You get together, imagine 1,000 people, and what do you do? How much do you spend in a month? This let's say on groceries, $600, $800 a month. That's just normal for a family,
Yeah.
right? So you go into the site, you say, I'm going to support my church, school, marching band, whatever. You sign up for them, and you say, okay, I want three $100 cards because they come in $100 denominations. Give me three $100 cards the first week of the month, and then click a button and say, give me three on the third week, and click say recurring. Now, you can't buy with a credit card because the credit card costs 3% to do it. So we lose the benefit it's going to come directly from your bank account, which is fine. Everybody knows what an ACH is, right? You take it right out of the bank account. That's how you pay a lot of bills. So you say, great. So I want three $100 of these. Click, money gets sent Visa, and then we send you three $100 Visa cards. Put them on your phone, go to the grocery store, buy Amazon, go to Costco, wherever you want to go. It's a Visa card. So you paid 100, you got 100. You paid 300, you got 300, 600, whatever you did. And 3% goes to a cause that you care about. Didn't cost you a penny more. And we're here, like dog poop, to raise $1 billion without costing any giver a penny. How wonderful is this, Matt? Isn't this fabulous?
Can we fire all of Congress and just put these little cards
Well,
to
actually, in
take care of
Congress,
everything?
I'd like to give out the dog poop card. But that's another story.
There you go.
However,
Real
this is
dog poop.
wonderful. So we urge people go to the link that Matt's going to give you, giveatnocost.com, and just be aware of this and say, I want to sign up my school, my organization, my church, after school program at a public school, whatever you want to do. You get people together because you're not asking for money. Matt, as you know, if I ask you to donate to a great cause, you'll say the following. Thank you, Barry. I love you. I'm already giving to 10 other causes.
Right,
Or
right. And
how
that's
much?
absolutely
Okay.
true. We're all,
We're
on
all
a
stretched.
charity or other.
What if you could give and it didn't cost you anything?
Yeah. Or if you just couldn't feel it, it was too small to feel.
This is my mission. I have a mission. Everybody has a mission. What you're able to, thank God for me, I was able to define it, refine it, and focus on the mission. I urge everybody to think about, oh, by the way, it's something I do when I do my in-person events. And sometimes I do this on my Zoom, my StreamYard, what do you call it, webinars. I ask people, an audience, let's pick just say it's 100 people. How many people here have a goal? I can tell you something, Matt. Every hand goes up.
Yeah.
How many people here have that goal written down? 50-50.
Yeah.
Only 50% of people have a goal written down.
I think that would be pretty high, but yeah. Yeah.
How many people have a written goal that is on your person right now? So out of the 50 people that have a written goal, maybe 30, 60% have it written down on their person, in the bag, in a pocket.
That high. Wow.
Okay, now you have basically 30 people out of 100. It's 30%. I asked the 30 people, how many people here are dedicated and devoted to the goal? So every hand goes up. Or I ask them usually to stand. They're all standing up. How many people would say that the goal has you, not that you have a goal? Out of 30 people, only 3 are left standing.
Now break that down for me. Goal has you versus you have the goal.
When the goal has you, which is my case, I am obsessed. I need to give. I need to make this happen. To give $1 billion to charity without costing any giver a penny. And friends reaching out to friends, reaching out to friends, schools, churches, organizations, politicians even, raising money, and it won't cost anybody to give, to help.
Let me ask you a practical question. You probably know, I hope you know. In this relationship with Visa, do I instruct them in some way? Is there a code number for, the Monsignor Bonner High School band? Is there a
So
key?
when you sign up, go say, okay, everybody hear the question. So when you sign up with a particular organization, the local marching band, by the way, I'm a marching band enthusiast. There are about 20,000 marching bands in America. Average membership is 400 people. It's 8 million people. It's fascinating. Okay. So when you go to the website, you're going to have a link from that marching band. You're going to click on that. It's going to bring you to the website, which will be the everywherecard.com/marching band, your marching band. And it's your marching band. So you'll sign up, say, there, okay, I'm here. And I say, give me, as I said, give me $300 every 2 weeks, or 400, or five, whatever you want. So yes, you're tied in to giving to the marching band. So everything flows. You're paying out, you're getting money back electronically. Put it on your phone, go shopping online, and everything flows. Money goes to the marching band. So just imagine 1,000 people, because every marching band, let's say, had 400 people. They reach out to the family and
Parents,
friends.
their aunts, their uncles, their friends. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because you're not asking for money. I did. Would you be willing to support us if it didn't cost you any money? Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's how you do it. What? How do you do? Doesn't cost. Okay, fine. Doesn't cost me anything. Why not? Okay, it's an extra step. Why not? So now imagine 1,000 people aggregated, and they're doing, like, let's say, groceries. I'm using a small number, $600 a month, $300 every 2 weeks, 600 whatever. You'd be raising over $200,000, and it wouldn't cost any with 1,000 people, and it wouldn't cost anybody a penny.
Now, the flip side is, if you have a favorite program that you would love to support, they have to be registered with Visa, right? Visa has to know who they are.
No, actually, so the simple answer is yes and no. What they need to do is go on to giveatnocost.com, and then we will contact the organization. And once the organization says, hey, we want to do this, they fill out a form on the everywherecard.com website, and we submit all the information. It's all taken care of, all approved. Again, unless they're nasty people, but we approve almost everybody, and good to go. Good to go. We do all the work. We do all the heavy lifting.
This, in my opinion, this is how all things should be done. Not necessarily Visa. That's not my point. But how much more efficient and enthusiastic would we be if those things we supported were supported voluntarily? Even if you just said, we want you to support the United States as a whole, voluntarily. Right. They would get so much more money per volume. We would be so much more efficient because there's nobody in between. There's nobody in between to steal the money or to or to say, well, I'm going to waste it on this instead. It's just you put the money in. If you feel it at all, you barely feel it, and it goes straight to the purpose it was sent for.
Yes. And Matt, that is such an important, it's the P word. Remember, we love dog poop. We love, there's two P's in dog poop. And the one that you just emphasized is really the key. Purpose. When you
Purpose.
have a positive purpose, powerful, pleasant mission, it rings true and it brings together so many people.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to close with this. Um, when I sent you the link pre-show, uh, I left a line in there. Ready when you are, Mr. DeMille. And I said 5 points. If you could tell me where that line comes from. Ready when you are, Mr. DeMille. Did you ever hear that?
Ready when you are, Mr.
DeMille, the director,
Yes.
Cecily DeMille.
Yes.
He,
Do you want me to, should I tell people where it comes from?
yeah, tell me where it comes from.
Okay. So it's a very famous movie that told a tragic story of someone who was at one point a great star in Hollywood and now was faded and couldn't admit to herself that she had gone past useful date and couldn't recognize that she was still of great value. She thought she only had value, or people think they only have value when they're rich and famous and everybody's fawning over them.
Right,
So
right.
she had a particular one line in a movie that she had not been in a movie in 20 years. And she was one that she thought she was a star. Well, she was, but she didn't realize in a different way.
This is
And
close,
it,
but it's no cigar, but you're close. I know where you're going.
okay, so
Her
please
line,
tell
her
us
line is,
tell
I'm
us the
ready.
rest of the story.
Her line is, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. The one I was talking about was a story I heard. It was one of his epic films, Cast of Thousands. And they had a battle scene, chariots, horses, you know, thousands of people screaming across a field. And back then, you didn't have radios. So DeMille's up on a hill observing. He's got cameras on the hill. They have cameras in gullies and behind rocks strategically placed, and they're connected by phone. So DeMille says, we only get one shot here. Let's go right into it. Everybody has their assignment. He yells, action. And the two forces come together. Guys are falling off horses. A horse actually had to be destroyed because he was injured. He knew that we're only going to do this once. And he gets on the phone and says, camera one, did you get that? And he said, I'm sorry, what? Camera two, did you get that? Get what? I thought it was rehearsal. Finally, he grabs the phone like camera seven. He says, camera seven, what's going on down there? He says, we're ready when you are, Mr. DeMille.
Oh my gosh.
I think the only camera that ran that was the one right next to him on the hill. All the other footage was lost. And I think they actually did it again. They went back and, brushed the field. There was so much that had to be done. Tens of thousands of dollars back when that was a lot of money.
Right. Well, you just hit on something that's so remarkably interesting, Matt. And the ability to communicate is the greatest skill possible.
Hmm.
I would like, with your permission, I thought of a acronym for your name. May I share it with you?
Yes, please.
MATT, M-A-T-T. Ready?
Yep, I'm writing it.
Making awareness totally transformative.
Okay, see, now I got to live by this.
I'd like to
Good
share,
work, Barry.
I'd like to do a close with that in the sense that if I may, this in the world today, there are three different aspects that are always competing for time and attention. One of them is people think they need more information. You don't. And first of all, information is abundant.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, there's an information overload in the world. So much information. That's not what this show is about. It's not about information. It's not even about inspiration. Wow, Barry, you're so good. That's so wonderful. Matt, that is just so wondrous from you. Because inspiration, as you know, it's good here, and a few hours later, you need more like Chinese food, right?
Yep.
This show and what you should be doing with your time is all about the T word, transformational.
Amazing. Yep.
You want a transformative experience. So O shift. Shift stands for something happening inside, facilitating transformation.
That changes the dynamic of everything when you look at it that way. It's one thing to beat my head against the wall and say, I got to get these words and throw them at people. There has to be the goal. There has to be the intention. I'm going back to the old style of writing, man.
Matt, this is truly wondrous. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
It was great. The pleasure is all mine. It was an honor to have you, Barry. And please, in the future, I will call you when the time is ripe and have you back on, if you will.
Woo, baby, you know what I like.
Outstanding. Thank you, Barry.
Can we finish with a group hug, thousands of people, and a blessing? Can we do that?
Yeah, but except for Ron Corey, my old co-host. He doesn't get the hug.
Okay, we'll include Ron. Okay, so let's everybody, we're going to do a group hug, thousands of people around the world. HUG stands for heartfelt, unlimited giving, or from Matt's point of view, heartfelt, unlimited gratitude. On the count of three. 1, 2, 3. And our blessing from Barry and Matt is go forth. Live exuberantly. Spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love.
Now that's what I
Go
call
mad. Go make a difference.
That's what I call a wrap up, Barry.
Please tell a friend about the Free Zone Communiqué. We live and die with the share and subscribe buttons. Please use affiliate and sponsor buttons to support our work. Thank you very much for joining us today.